Welcome back to Severed Sons, everyone.
Let's go.
We are a Frostmaiden actual play D&D podcast, and we are excited to bring you tales of the Frozen North and the everlasting Rime. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey, what's up? It's me, Paul. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Ross.
Hey guys, it's Blake.
I'm Josh.
Oh, that's it. Hi, I'm Zach. Josh was like way
quick
snappier than
Hey.
I was expecting.
What?
Hey, Josh.
Is there anything we need to talk about? Anything we need to mention before we get started? We should just jump right in.
Where are we jumping into, Ron?
I'm going to make a promise. I am not going to laugh at Dougan's hole.
All right,
once
all right.
tonight.
I can't make that promise.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, I know. No.
Deep dive.
Yeah. This is like deadly serious Dougan's hole.
Man, even if one of us died, if one
You
of us
can laugh,
died in Dugan's hole, it'd still be funny.
Dugan's deadly serious hole.
Dude, honestly,
Remember
worth
when we
it.
lost Fang in Dugan's hole?
If someone's planning to die, this is the time.
We were never able to pull him out of the hole.
Okay, if everyone is ready, let's begin tonight's episode of Severed Sons, episode 22, Who Watches the Winter Wolves? Last time, you returned from the battle with the Duragar, only to discover that an attack was made on the East Haven Town Hall from two separate groups, one of which was after the Magic Cauldron, and the other after the demonic masthead. The two factions fought, and the guards on duty were caught in the middle of a bloody fray, which set part of the town hall on fire. All of you, and Imdra, ran inside, the captain intent on saving the lives of those within. You discovered that the speaker had been captured and imprisoned along with several of his personal guard in the basement. Questioning him and some of the militia, you were told that a group of Tin-Towners escaped on Axbeak to the west, dragging the cauldron behind them, and that a group of masked individuals broke the wings off the masthead, loaded it into a wagon, then fled south. As you were questioning the speaker in the basement, someone shouted from the first floor that an invader, left for dead, was found alive. As Captain Imdra held him at sword point Fang, you interrogated him and discovered that he was hired by the local thieves guild by someone named Zell Brandt, who apparently had a buyer for the Chardelin masthead. You asked about who the buyers were, but all the man knew was that they were dwarves. Kai, you stealthily and quickly left to check on something as Fang continued the interrogation. Imdra arrested the rogue, taking him down to the jail, and then you noticed Kai's disappearance. As you left the town hall, one of Imdra's guards told you that the thieves loaded the statue into a cart and then headed south toward the mountains. As you were leaving town, Kai rejoined you, telling you that he found an abandoned thieves guild hideout and of another possible organization from Luskan that might be involved called the Juggernaut. Trax revealed that the Juggernaut had put a bounty on his head when he had escaped from them. You followed the trail left by the wagon as it snaked its way over the tundra and toward the spine of the world. Along the banks of a frozen river, you discovered a dead body which animated at your approach, white-hot light pouring from its head. After defeating the undead, you decided to rest and recover. The next day, you picked up the trail once again, heading to the southwest. After a few hours of travel, you were faced with a decision, as a conveyance carrying the masthead turned south, while several dwarven bootprints could be seen heading directly for Dougan's hole. And that's where we're going to begin for tonight.
Oh, wow.
You're on the southern banks of the Redwaters, like right where Kai is basically on the map right now. The footprints are heading around the lake and straight for Dougan's hole. It looks like there's about 3 or 4 of them. Make a survival check to check out the footprints.
Got a 9.
Trax got a 12.
I'll do one.
I'll make one.
I got a 17.
There we go.
That'll work.
Those are the good numbers.
Yeah, it looks to be 4. Definitely 4 dwarven footprints.
Like 4 prints or the prints of 4 dwarves?
The footprints of 4 dwarves, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we're on the right track.
Yeah, I freaking hope so. It's so
Is
cold.
Is that Dougan's hole?
Oh, yeah.
All of these pieces are getting further and further away from each other. This is going to prove difficult, it seems.
We have to start somewhere.
Well, if our reputation precedes us, then Dougan's Hole will surely see us coming, or will welcome us with perhaps pomp and circumstance, as we've seen before.
At least they won't try to kill us.
This is true. I just hope that we can still maintain the upper hand, the stealth factor. But I have never been one for stealth, and he gives his chest kind of a goo-goo.
I especially.
Wait, hold on. Dougan's Hole is a town? Dudes, I honestly thought it was a hole.
It is one of the 10 towns.
I believe it's both.
It's a whole town?
Yeah, well, there you go.
Could be a valley.
Shiv, make a history check.
Oh boy.
Maybe Shiv knows.
Oh boy.
Shiv doesn't know. He got a 4.
Okay.
Well, only one way to find out, I suppose.
Yeah, for real.
To the hole.
To the hole.
You are, let me check the ruler, 4.5 miles away, probably actually more because you're going around, unless you want to go across the lake, frozen lake.
No, that sounds like a
Probably
terrible
not.
idea.
Probably not. Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like a
Slow
thing we
and
would
steady.
do.
Because we're not idiots.
Do the tracks
takes
go
you-
across the lake?
One way to find out.
They skirt it. They actually go, it looks like they were trying to make a direct route, like they were in a hurry.
Mhm.
They follow it around the west end of the lake, and then they kind of stay on the most frozen part of the lake on the west end. You can still, because it's enough snow that's on that ice, you can still see the prints going through that.
I imagine we just follow them.
You're about halfway. You can see the town, which is very small. Shiv, you know it's only 50 people at most live here. You can see in the moonlight a little bit, you see these large pillars of rock that are making some sort of rough circle south of town. You're about 3 miles away, like right on the edge. But you can see these, they're like huge, like 20, 30 feet tall. And they take up a large chunk of land south of the town. And you can see a long dock that comes out from the middle of town onto the ice. And as you approach it, you see that ice has buckled the dock, making it completely unusable. It looks like even dangerous to walk on. There are 2 icebound keelboats tethered to it. You actually see, it's later in the afternoon, you actually see a few fishers out on the lake cutting holes in the ice. They've walked out probably a good half mile onto the ice.
Do we see the hole?
I'm looking everywhere, dudes. I didn't see a hole.
Perhaps the question is answered then.
I would like for all of you to make a survival check. You're about 3 miles out.
17 for Donaar.
Natural 20 for Trax.
Hey, baby.
I survived the shit out of
Nice.
this walk.
13 for
7.
Shiv.
7.
17.
Donaar, Kai, and Trax. You see, it looks like some large dog-like, canine-like prints come up and kind of travel along the dwarven footsteps. But Trax, you know with that natural 20 that it looks like the creature was coming and following the dwarves. It's like the tracks were made later than the dwarven footprints.
I'd like to point out that the aforementioned large canines that are troubling this town are in this vicinity, so keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, shit. All right.
Fang is scanning pretty seriously now.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, Fang.
8.
Okay. As you start looking, suddenly from the west, a strong wind just whips up loose snow, and you just see like a wall of snow floating in the air coming in and kind of starting to obscure your vision.
Kai's going to go into stealth mode
Mhm.
and branch off about 20 to 30 feet from the party.
Okay, behind or like to
Off to the
wing-
side.
Off to the side, taking a wing
Yeah.
formation. Okay. This isn't a blizzard. It's just some snow. It's like it's kicking up loose, powdered snow. and blowing. So you have like a moment of clear vision, and then like another wave of snow comes in. Make one last survival check.
21 for Shiv.
11
18
for
Donaar.
Trax. Oh.
22 for Fang.
7 for Kai.
About a mile outside of Dougan's Hole, you see where it looks like a second set of canine Trax join the other one, and then they split off and go different directions around the perimeter of the town.
And are they still following the dwarven footprints?
No, the dwarven footprints continue into the town.
It seems that perhaps they were not necessarily working together.
What would you like to do?
Make our way into town
go
as soon
into
as
town,
as
yeah.
quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're approaching from the south, you see this strange triangle-shaped megalith structure where there's 20 stones, 19 of which are around, like that make this rough triangle shape, and then on a small hill in the middle of them, quite a bit larger. These stones range in size from 15 to 20 feet, and the one in the center, because of the hill it's on, rises up about 35 or 40.
I'm counting 20 stones.
That's a lot of stones.
It looks ritualistic.
Yes, perhaps it was from a culture prior to Dougan's Hole.
Or perhaps they are using it now. Fang will approach slowly and scope out one of the pillars.
Okay.
Does it look worn? Does it have markings on it? Does it have anything around it? Like
They are.
sacrifices
It
or-
looks like they might have been cut out of stone, but they're crudely fashioned. There are some sharp edges on some of the stones, but it looks like the edges have worn down with the wind and the elements.
And what about the snow? Does it look traveled or does it look clean?
It looks like the snow that's in the middle of the triangle shape is clean. Actually, no. It's from the where you are, there is a single set of prints to the center, and then a single set leaving,
Fang
going
won't,
back into town.
Fang won't enter the triangle. He'll just come back to the group and he'll say it doesn't appear to receive much traffic, but it does also not appear that traffic is forbidden. It reminds me of an altar, prayer spot.
Well, perhaps once we find where these dwarves disappeared to, we can ask the locals of its purpose.
It's quite nice.
I'm curious myself. Did those footprints match the dwarven footprints, or were they...
No, they are older, and you know how like sometimes like somebody makes footprints and then like a light dusting of snow, and they make kind of just like more divots and actual clean
Sure.
edges.
Uh-huh.
That's what they look like.
Got it. Well, let us hasten to town and perhaps speak with the speaker.
Yeah.
You travel into the town, and you see the dwarven footprints, and they get into the town, and then they kind of mesh with those pathways are kind of cleared off a little bit, and there's a lot of footprints and a lot of traffic, and their footprints kind of disappear into all of that traffic.
They are here somewhere.
What would you like to do? You start walking around town. You see a few people out and about, a handful. They kind of like, you see a couple, older couple, and they're kind of like holding, like the man's holding the woman, and they're kind of like bracing against the wind, and they look over at you and just kind of like give you this look, like, what are you doing?
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Where might I find Fila? A Fila?
Oh, the mystic. Yeah, she's over. Wait, who are you? What do you want to know?
Oh, a friend of Fila's told me to stop by and say hello.
Fila doesn't have any friends.
An acquaintance, a co-worker,
Make a persuasion roll.
associate,
At disadvantage.
cousin. Well, it's probably not going to get better than 8.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.
The woman's just kind of like, you see her eyes just kind of poking out of the hood, and they're just like glaring a hole through all of you.
Glaring at Dougan's hole.
Fang leans over to Donaar and says, "So much for the pomp and circumstance."
Dude, I don't even know what that means.
The man says, I think you should go talk to the speaker.
Dude, we do that all the time. That sounds great. Thank you, dude.
She'll know what to do with you. And they start walking away.
Thank you. You've been about as helpful as an anus on my elbow.
And the woman turns around and just flips you off, and then...
Oh, yeah? I got 2 of those, too.
Trax, low profile,
You know what? She started it.
and you can finish it, Trax.
I did, with the double dose.
He's right, he did finish it.
Oh, right.
Done. Yeah, keep walking, old timer. Fuck you.
Shiv, do you know your way to the speakers?
It is marked on this map. It seems to be towards the middle of the town.
Perfect.
The center of the whole.
It's right on the edge of the speaker's house is marked on the map, and there's a large building that's built onto the pier, which Shiv, you know that's the fish house. It's where all of their catches they would bring in and clean them and dress them, and it's basically just a place where it's used by all the fishers, and also it's can be used as a meeting hall as well. So you go to the speaker's house. There's a woman who is outside of the speaker's house, and she's got a hammer, and she's taking some animal skins, and hammering them up onto the outside of the walls. And she doesn't notice you at first. What do you do?
Well, someone else talk to them. I've tried with these yokels.
Fang will step forward and he'll politely, excuse me, what is it that you're doing there, if you don't mind my asking?
Hi. She looks at you kind of suspiciously and says, I'm preparing for the winter storm that's coming. Do you need an almanac? I can sell you an almanac if you want.
Oh, no, I don't believe that we will be needing that. We are more wanderers, kind of, take it as it comes, kind
You're
of people.
definitely strangers to the whole.
Yeah, that's a good eye. We indeed are foreign to Dougan's Hole. This is our first endeavor here, and we are actually here to see the speaker if she is available.
That would be me. My name is Edra Dubert.
Speaker Donaar, it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Fang, and he gives her like a bow of the head.
And make a persuasion roll just to see how
11.
how well. 11. Okay. She kind of nods and says, "So what if a band of muckety-muck adventurers want Dougan's Hole?"
This is a good word for us. We are indeed muckety muck. Well, we have come to Dougan's Hole primarily to we have heard tell that you are having an issue with some, is it winter wolves?
Winter wolves that talk.
We're not surprised by that at all.
Come in, I'll tell you all about it.
We met a talking bush.
Ah, yes.
Wolves that talk are common at this point for us.
Trax, are you in disguise right now?
No, I'm not.
It's been a while since we've seen that disguise, hasn't it?
Yeah.
She ushers you in. Just to sit anywhere. And there's like a common area that's in the front of her house. And she has a desk, and she kind of sits behind it and pulls back her hood. And she has long yellow braids. And she looks at you and says, a few days ago, we've been having problems with these 2 wolves, big as horses. And they've been terrorizing anybody who dares go out of town. Surprised they haven't started attacking the fishermen on the lake. But they recently kidnapped 2 kids and are holding them for ransom.
That's awfully intelligent of 2 wolves.
What do wolves want with money, dude?
Where are they keeping them?
I don't know. I wish I knew. We don't have the manpower, and I'm not going to call on Bryn Shander or East Haven to help us out. We can take care of our own here. And she says, the kids' names were Silja and Finn Dajar. Their mother, Hilda, is offered a reward for anybody who can go out, a pair of really nice boots. Apparently, she says they're magical, but I don't believe her.
And
Why don't you
where
believe
does Hilda live?
She points to a house to the east, like 2 doors down, actually. And she says, the wolves have asked for food. Strangely enough, blankets and furs. And we don't have that much to spare. We only have enough to really help out what few people live here.
How much do they need? The wolves.
As far as I know, that they want as much as we can give them. We actually gave them a wagon full, a bag. It's like a wagon, like a big giant bag, and they took it in their jaws and dragged it away, and then came back for more, asking for more.
This did not suffice for the ransom, the first amount, or?
No, did not.
And you did not follow them?
We don't have any hunters here. I'm a trapper by trade. None of us here fight. I have maybe 12 people I can count on to heave a sword, and that's it.
This is kind of becoming our thing. We're a little bit shocked we didn't get us any kind of, at least 1% of a hero's greeting. We've completed tasks.
What's your name again?
Donaar.
Dragon Man?
Oh, sorry.
My name? I'm Trax.
Never heard of you.
Well, no one would heard of it. Not individually, as a team, as a unit. We killed the Yeti on
You might be famous, and you might be famous in East Haven and Bryn Shander, but I don't go to any of the 10 towns council meetings. It's too much trouble.
Sounds like an important job of a speaker, but okay.
I take care of Dougan's hole, and that's my only job.
Gotta maintain your hole.
We are not.
She looks at you.
Trax just starts laughing, dude.
And Fang will speak up a little louder, and he'll say, we are not here for accolades of any kind, and please forgive me. I may have boiled down our situation a little too far when I said that we were purely here for the wolves. We have gained quite a reputation around the 10 towns for dealing with such matters.
Well, 9 of the towns at least.
Excuse me, we have not properly been introduced in that way yet, but we can show you what we are capable of. We dealt with an intelligent white moose in another that was terrorizing another, but that is another story. My point being is that we can help you, but we are looking for individuals that have taken something that is very important to us.
Who are you looking for? I know everybody in town by name.
Well, we think perhaps that we are looking for perhaps some dwarves. 4 dwarves.
Invisible dwarves that can change their size.
No dwarves live in Dougan's hole.
Is there anyone? Okay, let's try this way. Is there anyone in Dougan's hole that might be involved in nefarious activities, crime, gangs?
I know some people
thievery.
Accuse Fila of things, but she's strange.
We better interview her. Where can we find her?
I think you can find Fila down at the docks.
Yes. Well, first thing, go talk to Fila.
Well, you say that there are no dwarves in Dougan's hole, and this I do believe, but I regret to inform you that we have followed some footprints.
And with that, she looks up at you like, really? So you've tracked some ne'er-do-wells into town?
We do believe that we have, yes.
Tell you what. And she kind of looks down and pulls a bottle, this dusty bottle, and puts it on the table. And you look at it, and it's like a really, really old bottle of bourbon.
Is that?
Like it has, you see a label on it with a date, which is at least like 40 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gods.
Tell you what.
That's a fantastic year.
You take care of those dwarves so my men don't have to, and I'll give you this.
Look, you guys, I think this is a really good deal.
I don't understand.
We're already doing the dwarf thing. If we get a vintage bottle of bourbon, it's a win-win.
Okay.
She's on board. Come on, Fang, we're doing something good for the community.
Fang just rolls his eyes and he says, if it were simply up to me, I would not take your relic here. but we have come into some sort of demand, so to speak. We have a resume that is becoming quite long, so I do think that our time is worth something. We will take you up on that.
I'll tell you what, if I can find something else fancy that might catch your eye, I'll throw it in, but we don't have much here in the hole.
Well,
And she takes the bottle and puts it in her drawer.
we can speak about that later.
Kai, make a perception check. Actually, Trax, too. You might recognize this.
15.
15 as well.
Both you and Trax, the label had a, what's it called? Icon, image,
Logo,
like
a
Like a
a
stamp.
little, it's a
Logo?
stamp. It's like a logo. Yeah. It's just basically something that's like drawn. It's all these are hand drawn and then placed onto the bottles. But you recognize it as Luskin from a tavern in Luskin.
I think I may have actually had that bourbon before. Not that year, of course. That's an incredibly rare vintage.
Fascinating. So where about these dwarves? Where should we look? Anybody?
dude. I'm just trying to keep up, man.
I think perhaps that it is a good idea to maybe visit Fila. I think that if she knows of any strange doings in Dougan's Hold, then perhaps that she has seen something unusual that others have overlooked. Trax, may I ask what business you have there?
I'll bring it up once we get outside.
Just curious. Fang just kind of like innocently like shrugs his shoulder, like got off on making Trax uncomfortable a little bit, but drops it.
Edgra takes the hammer and puts her coat back on and heads so that kind of ushers you out. It's like, I've got work to do. Come on.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry.
Yep, of course. Of
That's
course.
so
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to meet you. Thank you so much. We will do what we can.
And you're outside.
So, a Goliath named Garanu sent me to Fida in order to perhaps delay the unspooling of my soul tether, the thing keeping my spirit bound to this kobold body.
Yeah, it sounds important. Pretty.
You were there. You heard all of this, Donaar.
Yeah, well, the dude was asleep. I couldn't remember. I was so freaked out.
We've discussed this.
I wasn't focused on soul tethers. I was like spinach salad. Yeah, you remember?
I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, it was a whole.
I was
thing.
very drunk.
Oh, you were drunk. It was funny.
I
Yeah.
was
What do we
very
need to
drunk.
do?
We just need to go talk to her.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Let's do that.
I think if it is good for your health, then we should make that the top priority, and then maybe we go speak to Hilda about her children.
Yeah, I think it's a good plan. I don't know how immediately we're gonna make tracks on the dwarven situation, because they could be anywhere, you know.
Well, I feel like perhaps if we scratch this town's back, they might scratch ours, and perhaps forthcoming senior citizens might have more information on who we can find and where we can find them.
Let us hope. In which direction was Fila again?
The docks
Ah,
to the
yes.
south. Southeast, if we're being specific.
So you head down to the docks. You could actually just like go around the building, get onto the docks. The walkway, the boardwalk down to the fish house is well maintained. It's just the ice, the two docks that have buckled underneath the ice that are over the lake that are in bad repair. And you see in the side of the fish house, there's this one door that actually has these weird little like strings coming down in front of the door, and there's like shells, and there are little like knuckle bones and weird little like a rabbit tail is like nailed to the top of the door.
This is definitely the right place.
So what do you do?
So Trax will go up and...
Knock on the door.
Hello?
Yeah, who's there?
Is this the residence of Fila? A Fila?
You hear some shuffling, and the door opens, and you see this large half-orc woman, very muscular, has the half-orc kind of protruding jaw a little bit, but she has very sharp eyes. She's older, about just past like middle age, getting on to older age, but she looks at you, like kind of like right in the eyes, and says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Hi, I was referred to you by a gentleman named Garanyu, who, said
That
you might-
rascal.
That he was indeed a rascal, yes. He said that you might be able to help me with my problem. Could we discuss this inside?
Yeah, come on in. You and your fellas, come on in.
Oh, thank you so much.
You head inside, and it's very hippy-dippy. There's actually like pads on the floor with furs. There is a blanket that has like multitude of colors splashed on it. There is a glorious large painting in the middle of this one room one room sleeping area. There's like a bed on the side. Studio, basically. The painting is of the 20 stones of Thrune, and there's a golden light coming down from the heavens illuminating the middle stone.
You might actually be able to answer a few questions of ours.
Well, come on in. So, what's your problem, Sonny?
Okay, well, long story short, this isn't my body. My spirit was trapped in this body. The original owner of this body is in my body. The soul tether. Look, it's
Soul Anchor. Is that what you're talking about?
Soul Anchor. I'm not super familiar with any of this.
So what's the problem? You seem fine and happy with your body right now.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm not happy with it.
He's
but,
so mad all the time.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm very mad all the time. I would like my original body back. It seems like my time, as I found out, is limited in this one. Is there anything I can do to extend my health as I search for my original body? Or
so your
know?
body is rejecting your soul.
Precisely, yes.
Okay. Let me think. And she goes to a book and starts leafing through it. The rest of you, come on in.
Yeah, thank you. It's so cool in here.
Kai's gonna pop a squat on what I'm guessing is a floor pillow.
Yeah.
And pulls out Dazan's spellbook and starts leafing through.
Okay.
Fang also goes to sit down on a floor pillow, but he's like so distracted by what's around him that it picks a pillow way too small for him. And he just kind of like, he does like a few kind of like dog circles, almost like unconsciously, subconsciously rather, and makes a plop and is just still looking around, very intrigued by this place.
Okay. She looks up from the book and she kind of glances over at Yukai and looks at the book and kind of like looks back to her book, but looks at the book again. And she says, I'm going to ask you something here in a second, but let me take care of this little boy first. So what was your name?
Trax is my made-up name. My real name is Farron.
Is that... You wouldn't happen to know a little otter named Traxagor, would you?
Actually, yes. He was one of my instructors.
Oh, yeah. No wonder you picked that name.
I forgot that he's an otter now. Yes.
I've studied with him several years ago.
Favorite professor. Hi, Marks.
He was a beaver back then, but and she kind of goes on a little bit, and then she says, "Oh, back to the problem."
We reminisce for hours. Yes,
I think I have an idea. So this body is rejecting you, right?
Precisely.
I think we just get you a simulacrum made of ice and snow, and I think using the power of the 20 stones of Thrune, I think I can help you.
Do you think that would work?
Yeah, just give me some time to create something for you, and I have to create the spell. But I think I could help you.
This is fantastic. This is the best news I've heard since I've arrived here. Thank you so much. We're in town for a while. We're taking care of the wolves. We're doing. Well,
it'll take me about 24 hours to prepare the potions and the spells, and it's going to smell real bad. I've got to burn a whole bunch of shit around. That is
fine with me.
You know, it's going to be smelly.
Just burn some popcorn and cover it up.
Kai doesn't look up from the book, but his eyebrow raises upon hearing her proposition.
And then she looks at you, Kai, and says, I saw you flipping through was that? I think I recognize. I don't read wizard shit, but I think I recognize that language that was in the back of that book when you're flipping through. I can read upside down. That's how I could do it. So, and she kind of could you mind showing me?
And I hold it up to her.
And she looks at, what are you doing with a red wizard's spell book? Aren't those things dangerous?
They can be, in the wrong hands.
Can you read it?
I just need to put in some more time.
I can translate that Thayan for you if you want.
Sure. Why
That'd
not?
be handy.
Okay. And she looks at it and says, okay, this is just sort of like a ravings of a madman. It's just sort of like a diary entry, just kind of, but not even really full sentences, just more like a list. Something about meeting with Avarice, Nas Lantomir, and Veline Harpel here in Icewind Dale. If you want me to repeat those, I will.
Avarice what?
Avarice, Nas Lantomir, and Veline Harpel, which triggers some memories for you, Fang, and Kai.
Fang's ears will perk and he'll say, why do I know that name?
Oh, at the Harpels? They're that spellcasting family from Longsaddle.
Then his eyes get really big as he just thinks back to his childhood and he starts confusingly putting pieces together but doesn't know what he's putting together.
It looks like he met up with Avarice at Caer Dineval and also says something about meeting somebody from the Juggernaut. They had somebody from the Juggernaut captive there.
Where?
At Caer Dineval. And it also says something about a lost spire. It sounds like his hideout. He's got some sort of spire somewhere.
There it is. That's what we were looking for.
It looks like it's east of Easthaven, out in the tundra. It doesn't say anything about a location.
Thanks.
I'm glad I could be of service.
He flips the book around and keeps just scanning and stuff.
Fila,
Yes.
I'm sorry, the 20 stones of what?
Throom.
Throom.
Nobody knows who built the structure or why. The townsfolk here, crazy as they are, maintain that the stones were there when the town's founder, a Shondothan named Dougan Dubrace, first happened upon this fishing spot. Dougan's Hole. It's his fishing hole.
That makes so much sense.
We rolled up looking for a hole.
For a literal hole.
But it's frozen over.
Got it.
I was disappointed too.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. I was expecting something more majestic.
Scholars have tried to research the origin of the structure's name, Throon, but all they found were allusions to a creature named Throon in the oldest legends of the northern folk. Some speculate that it was a god, and others believe that it is a destructive elemental spirit bound to this location by druidic magic.
Yep, definitely the second one.
I have some druidic powers, but so I can definitely feel the elemental magic within the circle. Did you didn't go into the circle when you were coming out of town, did you?
No.
Good.
What kind of elemental?
Winter, snow, ice, water elementals. That's what I think. I think it might have to do something with the rhyme, but I can't quite find the right connections.
I was just, when she welcomed us in, I was gonna say Mug just does a crisscross applesauce and stares at this painting and lets everybody else go and talk, but he's just been admiring this.
It's quite well.
Girl.
It's like haven't really seen anything like this in Icewind Dale.
Cool.
Obviously painted somewhere, or even this. It looks old. It's been here a while.
Yeah, Philo, I got a question for you, if you didn't mind.
Yeah.
Donaar's kind of lying back on a throw pillow on his back with his legs kind of crossed over one another, and he's like, we just rolled into town, and these two old folks were super mean to us, and then the speaker was kind of just kind of solid, and you're being super freaking nice to us. How did you end up here with all these meanies?
I'm studying the stones. Also, this is the smallest town in Icewind Dale. I need peace and quiet to be able to do my research. This is a nice location. No one talks to me because they all hate me. They think I'm up to something no good. They probably would run me out of town if they weren't scared of my mighty magical powers.
We had a small run-in with some of the locals and agreed, not the friendliest. Probably What have we been to? 5 towns? Probably 5th out of friendliness.
Yeah, so props to you
I
for being
agree.
so welcoming. Just caught me off guard, you know?
The people in Dougan's Hole look after their own, and that's about it. They don't
So
trust
we've noticed.
outsiders, and they've always been that way.
Fila, you say that you are in tune with certain energies. We are here in Dougan's Hole investigating a demonic, evil, destructive energy that perhaps has been brought into town by maybe some dwarves or Durgar, if you're familiar.
I know the Duragar.
Have you seen anything that would point us in a certain direction? Do you feel anything? Is there any way that perhaps we could... Do you have a lead for us, is my question.
I don't know of any. I haven't seen any dwarves or Duragar, but I know they can turn invisible.
Yes, we have seen this firsthand, but they cannot erase their footprints, and that is what we have tracked here to the hole.
So you think there's some in town now?
Almost certainly.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Oh, do you know what they're after?
We think they might be hiding. They actually may have something that they stole from East Haven.
What do they steal?
Something that must not fall into the wrong hands. And unfortunately, it is currently in the hands of the Duragar, we believe. So we are moving quite quickly on this. If you hear anything, and could let us know, or know of anyone.
I feel like I can trust you. What do you know about Shadowlin?
I know it is a unusual black stone that can be used as an ore in constructing things. I know that it comes from... I know that it can be easily corrupted. I know that large amounts of it can cause great magical destruction.
All right, thank you.
I also know that it is a result of an explosion 100 years ago during a great battle where a Baelor led an army across the tundra.
Thus the evil qualities of it.
If someone were to be in possession of, say, a small amount of this ore, and did not intend to use it for evil purposes, does it serve a purpose? Can it be imbued with something for the wearer?
I think it could easily accept magical properties, but I would not trust it.
No, it's purely hypothetical. I have no reason to say that. I was just wondering.
Yes. I would just be wary of anyone carrying it.
Well, yeah, if I see anyone carrying it, I will let them know.
Oh, definitely. Well,
So it will take me about 24 hours to prepare the spell.
I think that is a reasonable amount of time for us to at least begin our investigation.
Well, good luck in finding these evildoers. I'm sure you've heard about the wolves who are holding the town hostage.
Yes, we have. Do you have any tips on those? That they are on our list, so to speak.
I know that ever since the Rime began, there have been evil druids roaming the tundra, awakening and imbuing intelligence to the wildlife, and trying to possibly build an army, is my theory, but an army of animals. I think the druids are too individual and do not like about being around each other, and they like being out in the wilderness. So I don't think anything will come of it. But they are causing chaos throughout the valley.
good to know.
Hey, I'm glad I could be of
Thank you
help.
for everything.
This was quite pleasant, and I like your abode. I really do like what you've done with the place.
I know that a lot of people in the 10 towns are not the most pleasant of folk, and frontier people, they are hearty folk and can be quite grumpy. And I try to be nice and be kind in the face of all that grumpiness. And you have done nothing but be nice to me. So I appreciate that. It is nice to see a smiling face in my home.
That's super freaking cool of you. You're like the freaking best.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I know. We got here, and the locals put me in a bit of a sour
Yeah.
mood, but you flipped that
Sure.
right on its head, and I feel great.
Thank you, Fila.
You're welcome. Good luck with your investigation. I will get right to work.
Thank you. And I kind of turn and I bump Fang and I say, "See, my side quest is fun.
But you do know how to pick them, Trax.
I'm meeting some good people."
She is a good egg.
What do you do?
Well, we probably need some rest, right? I'm sure that we're...
Well, it's probably getting late in the evening, like later in the evening. You haven't seen a tavern yet.
Oh, wait, no, we rested in the hut.
Yes,
right?
you're fully rested.
We're full rested.
You're full rested, but
okay.
you did travel across, several hours across.
I could use like a
across the
snack, dude. Like some chips and dip or something.
I'm gonna find some food somewhere.
Yeah, like a sandwich, like a panini or something. Quick.
It's not looking like the town square is a bustling economic hub.
You haven't really seen
we
a
may have
town
to
square, really. The dock. It looks like the town's built around the dock, the boardwalk.
What do you say to perhaps doing it seems a small town, maybe we can get a lap in and see some of the town that we have not yet, and if we
see if anything jumps out
catch
at
a
us.
footprint or two, maybe we will get lucky.
Yeah, it's a good idea, dude.
I agree.
There's also Hilda that you were told about too.
Oh, that's right.
But you walk around town, you see a few people like fishers coming home for the evening. They've got like a catch. They have like something bundled up, and it looks like they're carrying like food. They kind of look at you as they walk by, and they're just like really like not trusting of you at all. You see a few, maybe like you've seen 5 or 6 people total on your lap of the town, which does not take long at all. It's, if you look, like 500 feet is the map guide at the bottom. So the town is not big, and you do not see a tavern at all. You see one person who kind of like you see one person on their front porch as you walk by, and they look at you, and they hurriedly open the keys, get their keys out, open the door, rush inside, and you hear a clunk.
Donaar's going to turn to the group and say, this doesn't exactly feel like a bar and grill kind of town. Like, I'm thinking maybe I could, obviously didn't mind cooking. I just need a space to do it and some ingredients.
I just have my rations. I mean, you can do what you will with those, but...
Yeah, I suppose.
How about this? I do not wish to barge in and impose on a grieving mother. I would feel better about having that conversation with her at the end of her day so she could sleep it off, as opposed to starting her day in the morning that way.
Right.
So, what if we politely and cautiously approach this Hilda? We have a tough conversation, and we try to lift her spirits with a little bit of Donaar's cooking.
Fang, you are a tactful gentleman, and I believe that is a good idea.
And we can't expect her to give us lodgings all night, but at the very least we could get a warm meal in our bellies and
put some fish,
set on
crispy fish on top of
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So you head to the house that's just 2 doors down from the speaker's house, and it's a small domicile, maybe 3 rooms big total. There is the steepled A-frame houses where the snow will slide off. There is what looks to be a fire pit out back. It's like a snowed over, and it looks like they may have in the past done like cooked large hunks of meat on this thing, and there's like a little spit on top of it, but it's completely snowed over, iced over. What do you do?
Well, Fang looks at the party and he says, we have to deal with this cautiously. We must think of her first. And he looks at the group and just lays eyes just a second longer on Trax than everybody else. And I feel great now. But Fang is kind of like, he has nervous energy. And he says, does anyone want to take the lead on this, or should I?
I think your gentle touch, especially with the ladies, Fang, I believe she might trust you more than the others.
Let's just assume that Trax is never going to take the lead on something that needs a gentle touch.
We done been assumed that.
Good, we're all on the same page.
Let us know when you find your wallet, bro.
Fang.
Funny thing, I actually did lose it.
For sure?
Now,
For real?
For real, I did lose it.
I'm sorry, dude. I got you.
It's okay. I think I had like 2 gold left in that.
Shiv takes his like big turtle hand and just puts it on Fang's shoulder and says, "Surely you are the other one for this conversation." And then he'll kind of he'll back him up in his old man persona. He like shrugs a little bit more and does that thing.
Fang, at all the compliments, he doesn't really, he doesn't smile, he doesn't really smirk. He just kind of stands up straight and faces the burden head on, and says, just give like a 5-foot buffer, and I will approach the door myself. And he'll slowly walk up and he'll...
Yeah, it takes a few moments.
Shiv is strategically
And-
standing right in front of Trax, also.
Okay. Takes a few moments. The door kind of creaks open, and this actually young mother comes out, and she's like, "Hi, can I help you?"
Good evening. Actually, I'm wondering if perhaps we could help you.
Oh, my name is Hilda. You're strangers to our town. She's got red, kind of wild hair. She has drawn the circles underneath her eyes. Probably hasn't been sleeping much, but her hair is just kind of bright red and kind of like just kind of poking out of the. Please. She looks at you and she's all of you and says, "So who sent you?"
We've actually just come from the speaker's abode, and we have been speaking with her. We are here on official business. I'm sorry?
Did she tell you about my missing children?
Yes, she did. We are here investigating the winter wolves, and we have heard that your family has been caught in the crossfire. Is this true?
It is true. I don't know what happened. They were probably playing outside of town, and they didn't come home. And apparently, these large wolves they told they could talk, and they want. I would do anything to have my children back.
Yes, of course.
But they're holding my children for ransom, and I just don't know what to do. I don't have anything. I'm a widow. My husband died out on the lake a few months ago.
Hilda, if you don't mind my compatriots and I coming in, perhaps we could gather some more information and...
Anything I could do to help, please come in. And she ushers you in. It's a small domicile. You see, there's like a main room, like a kitchen on one side and like a small bed area, but it's like all one room with some smaller side rooms. The doors are shut currently, but
as Fang comes in, he'll stomp the snow off his boots on the porch, and he'll say, "Hilda, are you hungry?"
I haven't eaten much. I just can't. Yes, I am.
And Fang will take out 7 gold, and he'll place it in her hand, and he'll say, "I think that this should cover the ingredients. We have a special
She
cook
looks at it.
in our midst.
This will feed me and my family for years."
Please keep it, Donaar.
Oh, yes, hello.
I do believe the kitchen is yours. Hilda, this is Donaar, your chef for the evening.
Hello, Miss Hilda. My name is Deputy Chef Donaar Dracodonian. I'm sorry. Nice to meet you. Not
Nice
to speak
to
for
meet
you.
you.
Yeah. Please. I would love to make you. What is your favorite meal? Like if you had a dream meal based on what's already in your kitchen and maybe in my bag, we can create it together.
I've always dreamed of a steak.
Oh yeah. Do you have any steak on
Do you have any?
I think I have some. I bought some yak kebabs a few days ago.
Is that a different cut, Donaar? Will that
It
work?
depends on where it comes from on the yak. May I ask? Like,
Where did it come from on
like
the
when
yak?
you
She kind of holds the.
I'm sorry.
She holds the kebabs like she goes to the outside and like reaches out into the snow through a window and pulls out these frozen like 4 skewers of like pieces of meat, and it's okay cut.
Yeah.
It's
and
Could you cast mending on those and put them back together?
actually, Donar's gonna hold the kebabs, and without even thinking about it, at will cast his cantrip Mending, which he has learned
Oh my god.
as a bard.
Okay.
And he's not even going to think about it being a spell. He's going to just focus really hard on turning this into one, like, huge-ass yak T-bone. Or,
Okay,
like
okay.
a ribeye.
You can do that. You can do that.
Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What?
Donaar, that was incredible.
Magic users, Fang, what did I do? Holy shit. Oh my god, what did I do?
It's like you mended it.
Oh, you know what? We could talk about it later. I'm gonna get to doing this. You talk about whatever. I'm gonna make you a nice yak steak, and I'm gonna get to work on that.
Fang will lead her to a chair, and I know it's her chair, but he'll say, as he sits, "Now, where were your children last playing from outside?"
They were. I think they were west of town, is what the speaker told me. They liked to roam out west. They liked to run into the snow. They wanted to go into the deep snow all the time and build like tunnels, so they can just crawl and hide underneath the deep snow. It's definitely to the west of town. It was the last time I saw them.
And their names, Silja and Finn, yes?
Yes.
2 boys, a boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl. The girl is the older. And she says, if you can bring my children back, my husband had these boots and he used them when he was out traveling, and he never felt bothered by the cold when he wore them.
Oh,
and she pulls them out, like she goes to a chest and pulls them out, and they're really, really super, super nice. Fur, large, like furry. You've seen those like giant Uggs, basically. And she says, I think he called them boots of the Winterland.
Well, we would hate to take them from you if you are using them, but it sounds like you're not using them. So we will accept that once we safely return young Silja and
I want to keep expectations
Finjar.
realistic. I don't want to promise you that we will safely bring them back if there is nothing that we can do, but I absolutely give you my word that we will put our best foot forward and we will investigate this, and if possible, we will bring them home. But I cannot promise you this for certain.
The boots she's holding have crampons built into them.
So fancy. Well, why don't we say, after a good meal, we head out west and see what we can find? Shall we take, perhaps, a sort of short rest?
Oh, like a rest that's on the shorter side of things?
On the short, not a long one.
Hilda, you don't mind if we...
Don't, please rest. I know that you're being helpful and kind to me, which is more than what anybody in this town ever since my husband passed away. Thank you. Please rest here as long as you would like.
Thank you. It smells like Donaar could perhaps be close to finishing. And
yeah, I'm looking around the kitchen. Hilda, is there anything in here that's off limits for me to use? I know what I'm doing.
You can use anything. It's okay.
All right. Ryan,
Do the reverse sear.
Yeah, I'm going to try to reverse sear it is actually what I was planning on doing, yeah.
I'm excited about that. You talked about it the other night.
Yeah, it's the best way to cook a steak.
That's on the thicker side, right?
Yeah, I know for sure. And yak is thick and not gamey at all, so it's going to be great. Ron, should I give you an ingredient list, or should I just assume that she has what I want?
Just come up with it. Just assume with it. Yeah, we're gonna try to. Yeah. But it's make a cooking roll. I'm sure. Actually, with the frying pan, you make a excellent meal. No roll needed.
Oh, nice. A nice medium rare on the inside, butter basted. The works. Yeah,
all of her foods seem to be yak based here. So yak butter and yak.
She went to the yakkery recently.
Well, the party is settling in, and Donaar's cooking, and they're kind of tending to Hilda. Kai's gonna take a look at her, and just notice her hair, and then he's gonna take a step outside.
Okay.
I suppose Fang would be, once the formalities of the event at hand are over. Fang actively tries not to speak of the kids or the.
Yeah, she tries to make small talk during dinner, but it's hard for her, and she doesn't really know you.
We'll tell her, or Fang will tell her of their exploits with the moose and the kobolds in the cave, some of their early stuff, some of the tame stuff. It's just kind of like exciting stories as opposed to like enthralling events, you know what I mean? Trax versus Trax.
It seems to relax her quite a bit. I mean, she's still kind of like panic and a little bit nervous.
His intent is to
exhausted.
instill confidence in us for her. Show how capable we are. We'll say.
Make a persuasion roll at advantage.
All right.
Food greases the, it's
Yeah, it does.
what's the saying? It's like
Social lubricant. It's
16.
yeah. Okay. She calms down. She's like nice and kind of relaxed, and she's like, Thank you for doing this for me. I hope that you can find my children.
As do I, Hilda. Fang kind of loses himself in thought for a moment as she says that.
What do the rest of you do? Kai?
So Kai just stepped right outside and just kind of like taking in barren streets, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Since the storm is supposed to be coming in, I imagine Kai just kind of pushes back the edges of his jacket and puts his hands in his pockets for a minute. Just closes his eyes and feels the breeze blowing on him, and his mind kind of drifts for a moment. And then he shrugs off his coat and holds it up in the wind and just lets it go and watches it fly away. And then he'll just spend a few more moments of pensive thought outside.
Okay. The rest of you? Anything?
Donaar would check in with Hilda about the steak. Is it what you had in mind?
It is. It tastes delicious. I've never had beef from a cow, but this is what I imagine it would taste like. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's actually like a lot juicier than a cow, according to my research that I just did. I'm
Look at that.
I'm glad we could help you in this trying time.
Severed Sons brought to you by Google.
Yeah, really.
Trax is probably just fine-tuning some armor stuff while they have some downtime since he got his first full test run
Okay.
last night.
Shiv, do you do anything?
No, I think eventually he would join in the small talk with Fang, just as kind of another like supportive older figure. But that's pretty much it.
Eventually, Kai comes back inside. You can do the short rest, which is an hour.
Nice.
We probably don't actually need a short rest, do we?
Not
Yeah.
really, but it's
Nice to say we did.
It was more like a,
for Hilda.
like story for, yeah.
It kind of comforts her a little bit having somebody to talk to. She's been alone, and she obviously is not venturing out much at all. So you notice that as you're sitting in her room, her bed and her side, it obviously was made for two people. It's just like a mess. She never makes the bed, but the two small beds on the other side of the large room are pristinely made, and like there's like a little stuffed animal on top of each pillow.
Oh.
I promise to treat these stuffed animals with the utmost of care, but might I borrow them?
Do you think it would help find them?
Perhaps. It also might immediately let them know that they can trust us.
If you think it will help, take them.
Thank you.
Yeah, Trax, I didn't know you knew anything about kids. That's cool. That's nice. I didn't know that.
It's not so much about kids, it's people. It's a sign of trust.
Shiv will point at Hilda's unmade bed and just say, "Do you mind if I?" He's implying that he wants to like clean it up and make it nice for her.
She nods, but she's kind of like distracted, and she's like, "It's okay. Yes."
Cool. Then he'll do that. As kind of trying to just make her feel better.
Okay.
As he does, Fang will take her hand and he'll say, "We will do our absolute best. We have not failed yet, but rest assured that your children are in good hands when we are on the case."
And with that, from the west, you hear a loud "ow!"
We'll be back.
That's our cue.
Oh, I feel like we should do something about that, probably.
Yes, we should move quickly.
Is there any meat left?
There is. She barely ate any. I mean, she has leftovers, so.
Maybe that will help.
That's a good call, Shiv.
Yes, for sure. Bring that. If they are looking for food for ransom, they're looking for food, furs, and blankets. Fang looks at Donaar and he says,
No.
I'm so sorry to ask.
I've been waiting for this.
Bro!
Would you perhaps be willing to part with one of your furs, Donaar?
Bro! Look, my thought, they're wolf. Like, what would a wolf need with extra fur? You know what I mean? Like, what's the freaking point? What would the point be? I'm pissed. But yeah.
You all are making some good points, but maybe we should talk about this on the way.
Yes.
Walk and talk and walk. Frick, dude, frick.
As we're walking, Fang will continue that conversation. Be like, listen, I had hoped to reason with the moose. It did not end that way, and the moose did not need the antlers or furs after that. So you may be able to keep the fur. I'm just saying.
That's true.
If you are willing to part with it, it might save 2 lives tonight.
Yeah, I'm just super. Like, I could just get cold. Like, if I get too cold, I get pissed. You know, I get
I get it.
all
I get
pissy.
it. I understand. That'll be our walk and talk.
And Donaar, I feel like you are insinuating something about me knowing about kids. I do not have kids.
Oh no, I actually wasn't insinuating that, dude. I was trying to make a good.
I just wanted to clear the air.
No, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of secrets you've kept from us. It'd be fine if you did. But
that's why I feel like I should just be open, open with everything.
No, for sure. No. I was just like trying to make a good point in your character, dude. Because like, it's cool of you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, that was all.
Maybe I'll have one day.
Dude, really? You want freaking kids?
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge.
Yeah, you don't have to decide it now. Like, we got to fight the wolves. We got a lot on our metaphorical plates.
You need to find a partner first.
No, I'm engaged.
Oh, that's what we didn't discuss that. But you mentioned that you got a freaking
fiance.
Donaar awkward about like the subject is
I don't know how serious it is, but if you're engaged, it's obviously pretty serious. So never mind, you know.
Trax is gonna take the little beat up pocket watch, and he's gonna take it. He keeps it tucked away. No one can ever see it. He takes it out at night, but he takes it out. And he pops it open, and there is a small, incredibly well done engraving of her face on there.
Oh wow!
This is her, Elodie.
Dude, that's heavy, man. When was the last time you saw her?
Last time, no, she was in Baldur's Gate still, but that was over a year ago.
Well, dude, we'll make sure you can get back to her safe for sure, no doubt.
Thank you.
And you head out?
Yeah, I would say all that's like walking through town, but
we're all like jogging.
As we hit like the west end of town, as we're on our way out, and once we hit the edge, Fang will say it maybe is a good time to be stealthy about our actions.
Do you want me to go ahead and take off my coat?
No, you can keep it on for right now. We'll deal with that later.
Thank Christ, alright.
Fang will go into stealth mode as they start tracking outside.
So you get to the western edge of town, and as you do, the clouds are kind of hanging low and pendulous and dark, and start spitting snow. What would you like to do?
Are there any paw prints, first of all?
You head out of town just like a few hundred yards. Make a survival check, everyone.
30-20 for Shiv.
That's a 9.
17 for Trax.
18 for Kai.
5 for Fang.
Kai, you had the high?
I think Shiv did.
At
Shiv.
20.
20, okay. Shiv and Kai, it was 18, and Shiv had higher. Together, you find a single set of large paw prints, like canine-looking, possibly wolf footprints. You're watching it kind of goes directly to the west, and you notice that one of the paws has kind of drags through the snow a little bit as it's limping or something.
That's 2 sets?
Just a single set.
Just one. I mean, we've seen two different sets. Like
We saw
earlier, one seemed fine, one seemed injured. It could be the same one that's been injured now?
The ones that you saw earlier that were trailing the Duragar that we were tracking, they did not have any such injuries.
So, at least 2 of them.
Yes, and it is smart to expect more.
You follow it for about an hour, and the snow, it's still about that normal kind of just like light sprinkle, but the clouds are very dark and looks like something's coming soon. You come to a snowbank where the wind has blown a drift onto the side of a hill, and then suddenly on your left, you see this large wolf jump up onto top of the hill, and you see it kind of holding its paw up and like tender, and it looks at you and says, "Hello, my name is Koran. I need your assistance."
As it speaks, Fang will take his shield out and his mace, in the process giving himself Vigilant Blessing.
He kind of like limps. And actually, it's his back leg that's limping. And he kind of like comes down the hill, like fighting, like kind of stumbles through the snowdrift and comes up. He's like whimpering a little bit like a hurt dog. He's like, "Ow! Oh. I need your assistance, please. My master has gone too far this time."
What?
Is your master the one kidnapping and threatening townsfolk?
My master, Garagai, he is a frost giant. He has commanded me to harass the townsfolk and take their things. I angered him when I could not bring back enough food, and he kicked me. Ow! Oh. He kind of goes down and just falls on his side.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Same.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I would love to if I may.
That is a natural 20.
Nice.
I got a natural 1.
Yeah.
16.
When he kind of fell, you see that he's favoring the front leg now. It was the back leg.
Wow, that's an interesting story there. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
My name is Koran.
Koran.
I need your help.
Oh,
please.
I wish we could help you, but none of us are accomplished actors.
What do you mean?
I think just when you have continuity, you should remember which leg you're limping on.
Kai's gonna whip out a dagger and throw it at his front foot.
Now cut the shit.
And suddenly, from behind you,
Fang was gonna turn around. Fuck.
another wolf leaps out growling. "I knew this would not work, brother." And he's growling at you. And he says, "Come, we need to make a run for it. They are too strong." The first wolf leaps up to his feet, and they take off running to the west. What do you do?
So Trax is gonna expeditious retreat, and he is going to chase after that first, the closest wolf.
Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Fang gets advantage.
Oh, great. Then a terrible roll.
Shiv,
3.
Kai,
Dirty 20.
Trax,
7.
Fang,
12.
Donaar.
Dirty 20.
Nice. As the two wolves run away, you hear one of the one that was growling saying, "I should have eaten them," and the other one says, "No, we need their help." And they're still talking back and forth. Let's call Trax's and the wolves action a surprise round, and then we'll go to the top of the round after that. So they run away. Trax, what do you do?
So I'm going to immediately cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go after them.
What's your speed?
30. So I'm going to...
Their speed when they dash is 100.
Probably faster than me. Yeah, so
so-
mine's 60. So I'm
Got it.
keeping up as best I can.
Okay. And let's go to the top of the round. Donaar.
Donaar is gonna, with his action, dash as well. But because he's got this new armor, he feels a little clunkier and is moving a little slower. So his dash is 60 now instead of 80. And he's like, "Oh, fuck, I can't get there in time. Trax, you got this, bro." And with that, he gives Trax Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action.
Thanks, bro.
Got it!
Kai.
Kai is going to move his walking speed, which is 50 feet,
Mm-hmm. Damn. My God, Kai's so fast.
very casually.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's chasing at all. He's just that fast, but he's just walking.
Okay.
And that's it.
Fang.
You say they're 100 feet away?
Yeah, what their speed is 50, so they dashed 100.
So he's going to go 30 feet. He's going to use one of his sorcery point, his metamagic points, to cast Distance Spell. How close are they? Are they like running next to each other?
They're about, I want to say, they're kind of side by side, but they're a good 20-25 feet apart. These are officially large creatures.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire right in the middle of them in a 20-foot cube with the Distance Spell. So they have to make a Dexterity saving throw.
Both of them?
Yes. If they're both in it, it's got a 20-foot. It's a 20-foot cube. So if they're 20 feet apart,
20 feet a cube, you can get. I think you would only be able to get one. I think.
That's fine.
Yeah, 20-foot cube because it's the cube, so it's 20 foot on the side, and then they're 20 feet apart. So getting one, like you do fit the cube right in between them perfectly without touching one.
I mean,
So,
I would try to get them both, but if I obviously don't want to get none. So
Right. Okay, so just one. Okay, so left or right?
Let's go with Lefty.
Okay, lefty. This is Koran. It's a dexterity saving throw 6.
Cool. That appears as that kind of like twilighty shimmer around Koren as it runs.
Okay, Trax.
So, so my first action my first turn since I had to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going 60, but now I'm gonna turn up the heat. You can see the little rockets kind of they focus their fire a little bit, and I boost up to 90.
Okay.
Fast girl.
Okay.
So that's it. That's my whole turn. So
Okey-dokey.
moving, action is dash, bonus action is dash.
You can get up to them. Do you try to get in front of them?
I'm gonna try and grab one of them.
That would be a grapple, which is an action.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna use
Attempt.
my action to get as close as I can, and then when I can take the action near them, I'm gonna try and grab one.
Got it. Okay. So you're trying to keep up with them. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess I will. When I'm closer to them, I'm gonna try and grab one.
Right. They look at you. Koran says, like, I am telling the truth. You have to come. You have to come save these children. Garagai is going to skin them and eat them alive. You have to take care. He's too brutal. I can't stand it anymore. And he just keeps running.
Then why are you running from us?
Because you're going to kill us.
We're not going to kill you.
Actually, let's see the other one.
Maybe you.
The other one looks at you and snaps at you. He says, like, leave us alone. And he takes a bite at you. And let's see, 13 plus 6, 19.
Nope.
And snaps at you, growling. Koran says, Kanan, leave them alone. We have to get back. And Koran doesn't do anything. Shiv.
I want to shoot an arrow at each of them, but I'm going to do it in I'm going to do one and then the extra attack, but I want to flavor it as if I shoot it in the same shot. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that. Like,
Dope.
2 arrows and then phew.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So then that's what I'll do. I'll go for the one that Korin first.
Koran on the left and Kanan on the right.
Gotcha. Alright, so in Korin, that is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Alright, that's just 4 damage. And then Kanan is 15 to hit.
That hits.
And oh, cool. That's 8 damage.
Nice.
They
yelp.
And then I immediately, if I can, I want to see if that drew blood. Is kind of what I'm going for here.
It did draw blood, yes.
Great. Then I'll also run 30 feet closer.
Okay. Donaar.
Donaar is going to head down, take another dash with his weird high knees, and then look at everyone who's running so much faster than he is and say to himself, off.
Oh, before you go on, Trax, they, on their turn, they dashed past you. Like, as he was snapping.
Okay.
Koran ran a full 100. Kanan ran 50 after he tried to bite you.
Okay, so I could maybe catch him the next one.
Yeah, if you wanted to do so he's like 50 ahead of you. If you want to do attack of opportunity, you can.
I will.
You did that.
Yes,
so I just want to
I
make
am.
sure that
Yeah, I'm gonna try and grab him.
well, it has to be a weapon attack. So
Oh, all right. I'll punch him then. That's a
Roll it.
14.
14 hits.
Oh, okay. Minimum damage 6.
6. Okay. This is Kanan. Donar, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, you're good. So he's just taking a dash with his regular action, and then seeing how much progress everyone else ahead of him is making, he's gonna say under his breath, "Oh, frick this, dude,"
Tell me about it.
and spend a key point to take his Step of the Wind and dash again as a bonus action.
Leaving Shiv in the dust.
Oh my god. So how much is like you
That's-
dashed?
That's 120 total.
You've almost caught up to Trax.
Trax, I'm coming, dude. I'm pissed. We could just talk about this.
Okay.
I am too.
Kai.
Kai just walks another 50 feet.
Okay. Fang.
Fang has been left in the dust, so he he puts away his mace and his shield, and he dashes on all fours through him, and that's 60 feet.
Okay. Trax.
All right, so I am going to use my action to go, or not my action, my movement to go 30, my bonus action to go 30, and
Okay.
then I'm going to try and grapple him. So I'm going to use a charge on my armor to let me use my strength modifier, my intelligence modifier instead of my strength modifier.
Nice. Okay.
Just do it. What do you want me to do?
It's a strength athletics, or intelligence. Well,
so it's
athletic.
so
If you're proficient
do
in
the math.
athletics, you can add your proficiency, but just roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
I am going to add my
Okay.
bardic inspiration as well.
Hey,
What is it? It's a D6?
D6. Yep.
Okay, so not a great roll. It was a 14.
Okay, he rolled a 19, so he just kind of like kips up and bounces out of your grasp and gets ahead of you. Okay. Anything
Okay.
else? Trax.
Oh, that'll be it.
Okay. Both winter wolves shouting at you. Please, we mean you no harm, Corin says. And they both dash 100 feet away. And you see them as they're kicking up large amounts of snow, like they're trying to leave you a trail to follow. And that's all they do. Shiv.
I'll just do a 60-foot dash and work on trying to catch up.
Okay. Donar.
Donar, seeing the snow, is going to try to put 2 and 2 together and just take a 60-foot dash.
Kai.
Just slowly bringing up the rear,
Okay.
just watching everything develop in front of him.
Fang.
Fang hears them say that they mean us no harm, but saw one of them attack. I believe it was Trax.
Yeah.
So,
But he missed. He did snap at Trax, but missed.
but he does kind of believe Caden. So, or I'm sorry,
Corin.
Corin. Let me look at the range. God, I have no idea how far we are from each other anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't think I'm within 90 feet of them. I moved 60, but like since they've since moved 100, and I'm pretty sure I'm. So I'm gonna spend my second sorcery point, another distance spell, and Fang puts out both hands, and it has a range of 180 feet at this point. Casts sleep on, I'm gonna say, the one that's not fairy fired, the one that snapped at.
Got it. He's been hurt more, I believe, so.
If I can get them both, then I'll do that. But I would, ideally, I'm aiming for the one that attacked.
Okay. Roll your hit point pool.
10, 12, 16, 17.
The wolf doesn't even flinch or slow down at all. The one on the right, Kanan, and he just kind of they take off,
Cool.
just kicking up snow as they go. It didn't seem to affect.
Well, then Fang only moves 30 feet that round.
Okay. Trax.
All right, so with that failed grapple, I'm going to disengage, and I'm actually going to deactivate my rockets and kind of wait for everyone to catch up to me.
Okay. The wolves dash another 100 feet and disappear into the darkness, into the snow, ending the combat round with Shiv.
He'll just do his best to catch up another 60 feet if he has to, or,
Would you like to go out of combat? They are really far into the distance. They're at least 250 feet away right now.
They have left us a trail.
Yeah, dude, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, Fang slows down and slows to a walk.
You notice that the Koran, the one on the left, was the one really kicking up a trail.
And was fairy fired.
You just kind of see the sparkling black motes going off into the distance. What would you like to do?
Look, if we're being honest here, I think we're being led into a trap.
Absolutely.
Wait, no, hold on. Donar's out of breath. He's going to say, there's a chance that they actually might for real want our help.
Oh, that chance is very low.
Yeah, well, it's a low chance that all of them would, but the frickin' limping dude, Oh, no, we figured that out. That
was fake. He was lying to us. I immediately lost trust.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, I just wanted to trust someone so bad,
But I wonder if they are being granted intelligence, do they not have the opportunity to make the choice for themselves? He said that his master had gone too far. What brought him to this realization if he is being truthful?
I feel like if he is going to lie about being injured and say that was from his master, I feel like perhaps we should be wary of a frost giant.
What was their plan in the first place? They knew we were too strong for them.
Were we, though?
They weren't trying to jump us.
Either way, we have the upper hand.
Precisely. Knowing it's a trap, I feel like, helps diffuse their trap.
Kai spoke up, and Fang it's kind of the first time that he registers and says, "Kai, where is your jacket?"
It was a relic. It was time to let it go.
Fang doesn't read any more into that, but clocks it as interesting that he's no longer. He knows the cold doesn't affect him, but now he's no longer has the illusion, and he doesn't say anything about that. He's just clocking that. And he says, "Well, do we just follow the trail and walk right in, or do we circumvent and try to sneak our way in, or gain a further upper hand?"
I think we follow him to where they're leading. It's obvious that it's quite a ways. They're a lot ahead of us, but I think when we get close enough, we'll know it, and then we can figure out how to proceed.
They'll be expecting us no matter what.
Yes. Perhaps I was hasty in my magic. They clearly were going to outrun us from the start.
Yeah, it was a good thought, though. It was a good thought, for sure.
So you follow the tracks?
We do.
Okay. No roll needed. He kicked up so much snow as he's running that it's even with some of the snowfall that's happening right now, it doesn't cover up fast enough to see those big divots of that back foot just kicking. You follow it for 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles.
Oh.
And it gets... It was evening when you left, right?
Yeah.
You all like doing the whole, okay, we're going to adventure in the middle of the night. The way Fang likes
adventuring happens.
It's all the same.
Yeah, I got no problem
It is all
with that.
the same.
Up is down.
Actually, on the 5th hour, through the snow clouds above, you see kind of hints of color above them as the aurora hits at midnight. You're on top of a large hill, and I'd like everybody to make a perception check.
That's got a 21.
A 4 for Donaar.
18 for Trax.
13 for Kai.
Shiv with a perception. You've been nailing those perception checks tonight, those rolls tonight.
It was slow at the beginning.
You see and hear a little bit. You hear kind of a soft wolf howl to your right, to the north. And you see down the hill, you see about 200, 300 feet. You see a normal sized wolf. And there's about 4 or 5 other wolves. But they look gaunt and skinny and not very healthy. And it's kind of you see them kind of a white fur that are shaking off the snow. And they don't seem to have noticed you yet. What do you do?
Where's the meat?
Should we use the yak? But what? Just say, hey, I've got yak meat, dudes.
Shouldn't we use that as a bargaining chip? If the frost giant is the one who is asking for the food?
Yeah, probably.
I'm starting to doubt that food is the issue.
Why is that?
It is part of the ransom, no matter what. That's what they are telling the townspeople, at least.
We shall see what's really happening, but I'm starting to have my doubts that what we are entering is what we've been told.
What do you think's going on?
Oh, I have no idea. It does not seem right with me.
Shiv, you see one of the wolves kind of like, and you see the other wolves kind of go down, and kind of like you see them kind of pointed your direction. What do you do?
Put it away.
Yeah, meat in the bag, all right.
I'll just try to wait it out, I guess.
Okay.
Fang, when he sees that, he'll kind of step up next to Shiv and, like, very, very animalistic. He'll, like, put his head down a little bit. His hair kind of stands on its end. He bares his teeth, and he he keeps, like, dead eye contact with the alpha, who he can perceive as the alpha.
Mm-hmm. Which is easy for you.
And doesn't let up.
Okay. I would like you to make... Oh, wow, this is cool. Make a intimidation check.
16.
16. The wolves, you see they're very, very skinny, like starving to death skinny. And they kind of like back up. And the alpha like puts his head up and then turns and runs the opposite way.
Fang stands up straight again.
And the others follow.
Oh,
And they disappear into the darkness.
nicely done.
My mother taught me that. That'll be all he has to say on the topic. He doesn't belabor it.
You travel for another 4 or 5 miles, and it's like dark, cold, and you're getting really tired.
Oh,
Coming down off the hill is flattened out. You actually cross what looks to be, if you look at the Icewind Dale map, the tin trail coming that you actually would have come up had you had not been buried by the avalanche.
Avalanched.
Jutting up out of the vast tundra as a towering edifice built entirely of ice. The domed structure is easily 3 times the height and width of any building found in Tin Towns. You see that the central archway is taller and wider than the others that are on either side, left and right.
You say that we've been traveling so into the night and we're tired. Or we're just tired, or are we like reaching?
Well, if you've been you've been up since you took a short rest, so I'm kind of like taking that into account.
Sure.
Normally, I would have made you had to make a Constitution saving throw for a level of exhaustion,
Mm-hmm.
but because of the short rest, you're just tired.
Sure. Okay. Looking ahead, does the dome appear to be lit? Like, I guess we're traveling by just kind of the light of the snow right now.
Yeah, light of the snow and your dark vision.
Yeah. So it looks darker in the dome.
Yes.
Then Fang will grant his Eyes of the Night to Kai, Trax, and Shiv.
oh, it's fine.
I don't know. I wish I had one more.
Okay.
He'll also take out. I'm looking for something specific. Not specific, I suppose. He'll mess through. He'll look through his pockets and stuff, and actually, you know what? He's gonna come across the thumb that he took off of Nildar, and he's going to cast light on it, and he's gonna he's gonna say, "Donaar."
Oh, what? Yeah, who's that?
He's gonna toss him the thumb.
Oh, what's the? It's like a baby carrot. What am I holding? What's going on?
Yeah, we'll call it the baby carrot. That is your light
great
source. If you wish to be stealthy, pocket it or something.
Yeah, I'll put the carrot in my pocket. All right. Oh, there we go.
Trax is going to call down Alandi. He's going to take a little recorded message. He's going to whisper. He's going to say, "Sit tight. We are coming to find you. If you can tell us where you are, do so." And he's going to open up, like Alandi has like a little, chest compartment. He's going to pop that in there, and he's going to say, "Go find the children."
Which hole do you send her down?
Let me, can you send me the picture of the other picture again?
You should just be able to go to your...
Oh, can I do that?
You should be able to, because it's in your journal.
My journal.
My journal.
Oh, I see it. I see it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna send her down the left.
Left. Okay. What do the rest of you do as she does that?
I'm putting the carrot in my pocket.
Okay.
I might just happy to see it.
Fang will take out his shield.
Kai, Shiv?
Nothing is in particular.
Everyone sneak around to the side.
Which side?
Pick one. Go stealthy. I'm gonna draw him out.
Yeah, all right, okay, yeah, sure, for sure, yeah, no
I
doubt.
guess I'll go to the left side where I sent Alandi down.
Fang will follow, and on his way, he'll tap Kai on the shoulder silently and just grant him Vigilant Blessing advantage.
As Fang passes by, I just say, "Don't join the fight until you've found the kids."
Are you certain? And Fang will take that. He'll look back at Trax, because they seem to be heading the same direction. Give him a nod.
Okay.
Donaar's gonna whisper to Shiv, Yo, Shiv, you wanna go to the right with me?
Yes, Donaar.
Alright, good.
Okay. Kai, what are you doing? Donaar and Shiv are going to the right. This is podcast information. And Trax and Fang are heading to the left. And you approach the large opening to the left, and Donaar and Shiv, large opening to the right.
Oh, there it is. Now I can see it. Very cool.
Okay, now Kai, what are you doing?
Kai's gonna sneak up to the mouth of the center.
Okay, make a stealth check.
That's a 21.
21. Trax, you see Alandi come out, not holding the picture,
My little recording device.
and you hear from within this opening. You hear, "Hello, hello."
Fang,
I can't read it. I don't know what this means.
Fang, it appears inadvertently my plan has worked. The children are this way.
That is quite brilliant.
Thank you. It worked. I'm surprised it worked.
Alandi kind of preens her metal feathers.
Good work. If you were a real owl, I would feed you something.
Perhaps her usefulness is not in combat, but in reconnaissance.
I'm starting to gather that. Look, I feel like since they are talking, they are currently unguarded.
Yes, Alandi got in and out.
Cover me. I'm going in.
On your 6.
I'm gonna head in.
You head in. Donaar and Shiv, what are you doing?
I feel like we would just try to mirror them if we can see them. Do we see them continue?
You kind of, well, it curves around, so they kind of disappear into it. You can't really even see Kai because he's stealthy right now. So it looks like it's just the two of you.
Shall we?
You want to like just barge in like, hey, what's up? Happy Christmas? I feel like we should wait, dude.
I don't understand. We didn't really make a plan.
We didn't make a plan. I'm very scared. That's why. I feel like we should wait for something to happen. Like wait for a sign. But also, dude, you've been around the block. So if you think we should just go in, I think we should just go in.
You take this side. I'm pointing up on the north, and I'll come over here, and maybe that'll be our positions.
Oh yeah, all
Maybe.
right.
I don't
Like
know.
flank the invisible.
We'll flank the opening,
All right, okay.
and I'll watch Kai from here.
It looks, as you go inside, Trax, Fang, Donaar, and Shiv, the ceilings here are 30 feet tall. And it looks like this kind of curved up. It's like narrower, like lower to the ground on the sides, north and south. But as it gets toward the center, it's higher. You can kind of see that in the picture. It looks like Donaar and Shiv that the passageway goes in and then turns to the right. Like opens up into a room to the right. Trax and Fang, you come around the corner and you see a very, very large cage, and you see two kids sitting in the middle of it, and you see that there's like pieces of raw meat, and they're just sitting there shivering in their furs. Like, hello, I can't see anything.
Fang leans down to Trax and says, "Should we send a message to the others?"
Yes, let me retrieve my device.
Kai, what do you do?
Kai is going to slowly start stealthing down the mouth of the center.
Okay, tell me how far you're going. You look above you, the passageway is choked with ice, so it's actually a little bit easier because there's like chunks of ice and that have fallen from the ceiling, and there's like lots and lots of icicles. They're points as sharp as daggers.
Kai's gonna go 50 feet.
Okay, up ahead, this oval chamber with high walls of glittering ice resemble a sepulchre. The frozen, hacked-up corpse of a frost giant lies on the floor, entombed in translucent ice, and looming next to it is a gigantic, woolly mammoth. Not far from the mammoth, carved from a single block of ice, is a giant-sized throne atop a circular dais. Chiseled into the throne's backrest is a large rune.
The woolly mammoth is also in ice.
No, it's just sitting there next to, and it looks like it's kind of like looking down at the body of the frost giant in the encased in ice. The mammoth doesn't look up. It's just kind of like staring. What do you do?
Going to sneak in a little bit further.
Make a stealth roll.
Stealth roll that's going to be a 23.
You see a passageway going off to the right and also beyond the throne. And by passageway, I mean 20 foot wide, like 30 feet high ceilings, big enough for a giant, just dwarfing all of you. Donaar and Shiv, what do you do?
Shiv has grown impatient and is gonna like peek over towards Kai's hallway and probably see that he's all the way down and just.
Well, he disappeared. Once he got to the mouth, he was hiding.
Right.
So you didn't even see him go in.
Sure. Then Shiv will just go back to Donaar and just say they've gone on their ways. Maybe it's time we go on ours.
Oh yeah, okay, no doubt for sure. Just go inside.
I think.
Oh, you're just going. All right, hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
I got your 6.
As you get around the corner, Shiv, the sour stench of decay fills your nostrils. Lying on the ice-packed ground is the frozen corpse of a whale, crudely butchered. Beside it is a blade in the shape of a paring knife the size of a longsword.
Gross.
Are they like nice still? Or are they like old and gross and?
I mean, it's bloody. It's got like gore kind of like stuck to it, frozen to it. It just looks like more like a tool. Only it's giant-sized.
Donaar, does this whale seem to have been picked apart well for food, or is something else going on here?
Well, let me just take a look at it and look into that for you, Shiv.
Okay, so you're approaching the whale, Trax and Fang. So this cage is about 15 feet high. It doesn't have any obvious doors on it, openings. It's a huge slatted animal cage, only it's gigantic size. In fact, you're looking at it and it looks like it has rusty hinges, but they're on the top, as if something large and tall reaches over and grabs the top, opens it up, and puts something in or takes something out from the top.
Snap, almost like a mouse cage or like a terrarium.
Yeah. Trapped inside the cage are 2 shivering humans in cold weather clothing. They look fearfully at you. And they're kind of like, It's dark in there. Who are you? You're not those scary wolves, are you?
Trax is gonna run up to the cage and get close enough so they can see him, and he's gonna take out the 2 stuffed animals and he's gonna say, "We're here to bring you back to your mother."
Mommy? And the girl is like starts to cry a little bit loudly. The boy's like, the younger boy is like, "They're there. It's gonna be okay. They're here to save us." The bars are widely spaced, but not wide enough that they can squeeze through.
Do they open the cage from the top?
They did. There was a giant blue man that picked us up and put us in here, but a few days ago there was a fight, and it sounded like somebody got hurt really badly.
Fang, do you think if we could get that top open that you could climb in there and get them out?
I'm sure I could, but how do you intend to do that?
And with that, Trax is going to pull some cords on his armor, and the legs are going to flip out, and he's going to become medium-sized, and he's going to climb up onto the cage, and he's going to see if he can lift up the top.
I'd like you to make a acrobatics roll to get up there.
Acrobatics is 11.
Okay, that's enough. It's a little. You slide a little bit going up with the icy bars, but you get up to the top. It's almost better to you brace yourself. It's up against the wall, and you kind of have to put your feet down and brace yourself. You're back against the wall, so you can get off the top enough to start lifting it. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
As you do that, Shiv, Donaar, and Kai, you suddenly hear this horrendous screeching of metal as the rusty lid completely makes this scratchy noise, and Kai, the mammoth, suddenly lifts its head. Someone's here. Who's here? And it starts stomping toward you.
Yo, that's my bad. I'm so sorry.
Is going to quickly and stealthily move over here, using 30 feet of movement, and quickly, with his action, cast Silent Image. When he spoke, did it sound echoey at all in this chamber?
Oh yeah, very echoey. Yes.
Good. Then he's going to cast the Silent Image back where he was,
Right
and
there.
he's going to keep concentrated on the image. When he speaks, he's going to make it look like the image is speaking.
Okay. The mammoth is looking around. All of you, because Kai, you're saying this loud enough so that it kind of echoes and it's hard to tell where it's coming from. So everybody in here hears this.
And from the image there, it looks like it's saying, well, you're not what we expected.
Get out! How dare you profane my master's tomb? And you see it just upset and angry eyes. And it kind of swings its trunk side to side and stomps over and starts kind of like raising up, and its front paws, front feet land, and the whole room shakes. Shiv and Donaar, what are you doing?
Yo, dude, should we go back and help him?
Can we tell it all by the sound, like, if there's a tunnel that maybe connects that, or are we gonna have to go, like, is it coming from behind us?
It's coming from all over, but mostly, I think the sound of the mammoth speaking sounds like it's coming from this direction.
If that's where it sounds like it's coming from, then I feel like that's probably the direction we would go.
Okay.
But Shiv will look at Donaar just to kind of like give a nod.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, silent nod, cool.
And we'll kind of head that way.
Okay, you see past that archway over here, you see that giant-sized table, and those chairs are made for giants. It's huge. A massive table hewn from a single block of ice stands in the middle of this cold chamber, surrounded by chairs also made of ice. Many of the chairs are chipped and cracked. But you also see to the south what I described, the chamber with the throne. Donaar doesn't see it, but Shiv does. And you see the dead frost giant entombed in ice. You currently, I don't think you see the mammoth.
Or Kai? Or do we see the Kai?
You did not see Kai.
I see the Kai.
I
see the Kai.
Okay. Going back to Fang and Trax. We have split the party 3 ways. But
Yeah, but you're masterful.
It's fun, though. Yeah.
Fang and Trax. You've got it open, and it made a huge noise.
Well, they know we're here. That's on me. That's my fault. Let's move quickly.
Yes, children, please be quiet while we handle this, okay? And Fang will start climbing the cage as well.
Okay, make an acrobatics.
Can I make athletics?
It's a little bit. I'm gonna say you could make athletics, but it's icy, so make it a disadvantage if you want to.
Can I hold up one hand of the cage and help him up with one hand?
Yeah, you can do the acrobatics at advantage or negate the disadvantage of the athletics.
I'm going to negate the disadvantage on the athletics.
Okay.
And that's a 16.
Okay, with your help, you're able to, you get up and you start to slide, and Trax reaches down with his gauntleted hand, and you grab it, and he pulls you up to the top.
Well, this is ass backwards, isn't it? And he climbs down the cage on the inside.
Slide down. And the kids run to you.
And quick thinking, he reaches into his bag, he pulls out some rope, he ties it around his waist, and then ties it so there's an end on each side, and then ties those ends to the kids, a la Princess Bride under the giant, going up, carrying out the whole party.
Okay, now this will be an athletics.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
So he says, children, I need you to hold on to me tightly, and I need you to don't look down, okay? Close your eyes if you must, but trust me, okay?
Okay, we will.
Okay. And Fang looks up at Trax with kind of a nervous look. And
You got it. I'll help if I can.
That's a 5 athletics.
5. You get up, but the weight of the kids drags you back down, and you slide back down to the bottom.
All right, children, we're going to have to do this one at a time. And he unties the boy, and he says, "Can you be brave for me?"
I can. I'm brave.
I will be right back. I promise you.
Okay.
And he'll take another crack at it
Okay.
with just the girl. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
There we go.
You got up. It must have been you couldn't do 2 at a time, and so you get up there and you get over, and you can. She actually she's older, and so she's nimble enough where she can grab the ice bars and kind of slide down.
Oh, perfect.
They're not made of ice; they're just kind of covered in ice.
Yeah. So he'll make sure she's untied and get her down, and then he'll go back down for the boy. He'll tie him up, and damn, that's going to be a 7 athletics.
Okay. Yeah. You just. Oh, he's a little squirmy, so he's kind of fighting you a little bit.
Can I try and reach down in there and give them a hand?
Yep.
Fang will get as high as he can, right off the ground maybe, and then try to one arm under the kid's ass, just lift him up to Trax.
Okay.
So I'll take the child.
Okay, so you can do that. You can take the child and kind of get them back down. And I'm gonna say, let's go to Kai now.
Kai's just going to say, "Make one more step, and I'll bring this whole temple down." And he's going to concentrate, and his eyes start to glow, and he projects it into the silent image so that the silent image reflects him.
Got it.
And the eyes start to glow.
The mammoth, what do you want of me? You adventurers come and kill and kill and kill, and you killed my master. What? And you just see him get angry and stomping his feet again, and you see icicles above the silent image kind of shaking. What would you have me do?
We were told there was a giant here who's been a real pain in the ass to Dougan's hole.
Some men from the north, barbarians, they came in, and you just see tears, his wet mammoth eyes just watering, and he's like, "They butchered my master. They butchered my friend.
What about all the wolves?"
They are trying to take care of me, provide me with food, so I do not starve to death. I cannot leave Gargai's side. I must stand vigil." And he's just stomping, and you see bits of ice starting to fall. Shiv and Donaar, you're hearing this whole conversation. What do you do?
Yo, this is so weird, dude. I feel like if we move, we're gonna mess something up.
Do we recognize it as Kai's voice? Probably?
You do recognize it as Kai's voice. Yeah, he's having to project to make it echoey enough to make it. It's hard to tell where it's coming from because it's echoing.
I think to try, because I can sort of see a thing, I think to get a better view, I would try to come closer to these tables here and try to, maybe there.
I'll follow
Try to
him.
It's
wave
whatever you
Donaar.
can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiv and Donaar, make a perception roll.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a buddy cop film.
Shiv and Donaar. That's a natural 20 for Donaar for a 20.
I
wow.
only got a 9, so he's got it.
Donaar, you look over to the right underneath the giant table, and you see 3 kobolds in winter gear, and they're hiding underneath the table.
God.
And they see you looking at them, and they're holding it. They're hold their finger in front of their face, don't make a noise.
And Donaar will
It
silently
is a buddy cop movie.
mirror that finger in front of his mouth.
Yeah.
And lean over to Shiv and say, "Holy shit. I bet, dude, did you have 3 scared kobolds on your bingo card?" Because I didn't look under the freaking table, dude.
Shiv takes a quick glance.
And you see them. You also see underneath the table, you see kind of next to them, there is what looks to be a little doll. It's maybe a few inches high, maybe completely white, and it's just completely its arms are completely stiff out to the side.
Donaar is gonna say to Shiv, "Yo, can you cover me? I want to go talk to him." I don't know what it means when I ask someone to cover me. It's just something people say.
Just keep it down.
All right, yeah. So Donaar's gonna stealthily try to go and get under that table and talk to him.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
I have an inspiration stowed away. I don't remember why.
Ron gave it to us at the end of last session.
Yeah.
That's right.
We all have one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use mine right here.
That's right.
Don't be suspicious.
Thank God
Don't
I did.
Be suspicious.
It would have been a 9, but instead it's a 22.
Okay. You
Nice.
easily get underneath the table with them. I'm going to come back to you.
Yeah.
Actually, because the conversation is took no time at all, we're going to go back to Kai and the mammoth.
Kai says, "Your master is the one we came for. It would be a pity if you fell the way that he did without having revenge on the barbarians who killed them.
All men are to blame for his death.
If you pursue vengeance here, you will die too."
I would like you to make a charisma persuasion or intimidation.
We'll just go with intimidation.
Okay.
It's a 17.
17. The mammoth stomps over to the silent image and looks it straight in the eye and says, "Leave, and I will leave the men's village alone. However, if anyone comes within smelling distance of me or my friends or this tomb, I will destroy them."
My friends and I will leave, causing you no further trouble. If you don't honor your word, I'll come back.
And silently, the mammoth turns around, leans against the huge pile of ice, and just silently weeps.
Kai is going to stealthily sneak around back this way.
Which way? You're not moving.
Sorry. Back there.
Got it. Okay. Make
Toward the unexplored hallway.
Make a stealth roll.
That is not as great. 16.
16. Okay. Fang and Trax, you're outside of the cage and you have the kids.
Let's get them far away from here.
Yes, children, you must be very quiet and you must follow us quickly. Do you understand?
I want to go home, the girl says.
We're taking you home, don't worry.
I want my mommy.
Fang will take the back. He'll usher the kids in front of him.
Okay.
Stay behind him.
Trax will deactivate his armor, so now he's probably the same. He's probably much smaller than them.
Trax, will you lead the way?
Yes. And we'll start heading our way out.
Okay, you get to the edge. Go ahead and move where you're going to go, so I can move the kids too.
As far as you'll let us, I guess. I mean, we're heading out.
Yeah. If you can go all the way outside, I think.
Cool.
And as we run out, I'll tell Alandi. I'll say, "Go tell the others."
Then Alandi takes off, but as he does, the 2 wolves jump out of the snow, about 30 feet away from you, and they say, "You escaped us before, and now you will die." And suddenly, white, hot breath, snow comes out of their mouths. I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw. The kids are behind you, and you manage to protect them from this, but I'd like both of you to make a saving throw.
That's an 8. No, that's a 20 for Trax.
Nice.
That's a 12.
Okay, that's a success for you. Both of you succeed. However, you both take, and this is halved, 15 points of cold damage.
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to end for the evening, as the wolves growl at you.
Frosty.
So much going on.
Ooh, that was an episode.
Wow.
My hand's
got-
cramping up for how much I'm writing
We
down.
did so much.
Please subscribe and leave us a review on Podchaser or Apple Podcasts, or on Twitter. Share us with all your friends. Follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons DND. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, D&D Beyond, Roll20, and thank you to Syrinscape, Andrei Sitkoff, and to Monument Studios for the amazing sound effects and music. Stay frosty!
That's